Have you ever been in a situation where you discovered something that made you freeze in your tracks before propelling you into action, activating the fight or flight instinct? That is exactly what happened to a young mother when she heard a strange moaning sound on the baby monitor. She rushed to the nursery to find out where the disturbing sound was coming from. As she entered the nursery, she discovered what had happened, and she was shocked at what she saw. Much like any other couples who fall in love, Roy and Benita decided to declare their love publicly and get married. Among the many things that Roy and Benita had in common, they had both always dreamed of having a family of their own. For them, their marriage was the first step in fulfilling their shared dream of having a family and a house full of children. They would talk for hours about what it would be like to be parents. Shortly after they got married, Benita and Roy decided to turn their words into actions and try for children so that they could fulfill their dreams of having a big family and a house full of kids. It wasn't long after they started trying that Benita found out some incredible news. She was pregnant. She was thrilled when the pregnancy test came out as positive. She was ecstatic at the thought that her dreams were coming true and she was going to be a mother. Her excitement only made the next moment all the more heartbreaking. Sadly, Benita's pregnancy did not turn out the way that she and Roy had hoped. Instead, they experienced a situation that no hopeful parents should ever have to go through. Benita gave birth to her baby early, and the baby didn't survive. In a tragic turn of events, Benita lost the chance of being a mother. She and Roy had to work through the awfully difficult emotions that come with knowing that you have lost a child, but they kept on trying. Although Benita and Roy had lost their first baby, they did not give up on trying for children. Shortly after losing her first baby, Benita found out she was pregnant again. Once again, she was thrilled and beyond excited about the opportunity to be a mother. Slowly, Benita's belly grew and she got more and more excited about fulfilling her dream of having a big family. She was going to be a mother. At least that is what she thought. Over the months, Roy and Benita became more and more excited to become new parents. Unfortunately, tragedy struck the young family a second time and the baby was born early and did not survive, leaving both potential parents extremely sad. Benita's second failed pregnancy filled both Benita and Roy with heartache. They had built up their excitement and were looking forward to becoming the mother and father of a little baby. But still, they refused to give up. Benita fell pregnant a third time and again the baby was born prematurely and sadly did not survive. Benita and Roy had built up their hopes 3 times with 3 different pregnancies, only to have their dreams shattered by tragedy every time. The couple felt devastation at the death of their babies they had shared in the hope of their family dream coming true, and then they had to deal with the pain of having their dreams snatched away. Both Benita and Roy were devastated by the death of their third baby. They felt as if their dreams of having a family would never come true. Benita felt that she had a hole in her heart that only a baby could fill. For as long as she could remember, it had always been her dream to take care of and nurture a baby, and she had come so close to this dream 3 times. It was during this time of sadness that something completely unexpected happened. Benita had reached a point in her life where she felt that only a baby would fill the void that she felt in her heart. Just when she had lost all hope, the unexpected happened, and Midnight came into her and Roy's life. Midnight was a tiny, adorable stray kitten. The moment that the mourning couple laid eyes on the tiny creature, their parental instincts kicked in and they knew he needed help. They had to come to his rescue. When the couple found Midnight, he was very young and weak. Together, they shared doubts as to whether he would be able to make it out alive on his own. It appeared as though Midnight needed them in order to survive. But as much as Midnight needed them, it turns out that they needed Midnight as well. The couple had the opportunity to love something in the same way that they would love a child. Little did they know just how much they would need Midnight in the future. As Benita began caring for Midnight, she could feel the void slowly starting to fill. It was obvious that Midnight needed someone to care for him. As Benita rose to the occasion, she started feeling better about not being able to be a mother of her own. Midnight had become the child that they had never had. They loved the cat and cared for him as their own. As they started feeling a purpose to care for the cat, they decided to stop trying for a baby. And that is when a miracle happened. By loving the cat as their child, Benita and Roy decided to stop trying to have a human baby. They had come to terms with this decision, which is why it came as such a shock when Benita realized that she was pregnant again. The unexpected news made the couple incredibly happy. In the same breath, it also made them feel terrified. Benita had failed to give birth 3 times. What would make this pregnancy any different? The expecting mother hoped with every part of her body that the baby would survive the full-term pregnancy, but she also understood that the odds of this happening were pretty slim. Her 3 failed pregnancies made her prepare for the worst-case scenario and monitor her excitement closely. Despite knowing risks of a failed pregnancy, she had never failed to give up on her dream of having a baby and becoming a mother, and so she decided to give it another try. As the pregnancy progressed without any hiccups over the months, Benita took extra care to be very cautious. The couple would anxiously look forward to each doctor's appointment with anticipation and rejoice a little bit, with each consultation bringing good news. With each checkup with the doctor being positive, Benita began to get a little more excited and hopeful about being a mother. Perhaps this time, the baby would survive and she would finally be able to start building a family. Finally, Benita successfully carried her pregnancy to full term without any issues. Both Benita and Roy were ecstatic when Benita gave birth to a perfectly healthy little girl. They decided to name their baby Stacy. They'd waited for so long for this moment and were thrilled to have a healthy baby girl. They'd overcome so much heartache in the process and were finally able to hold their little girl in their arms. There was just one thought that they were concerned about. How would Midnight react? Benita believes that Stacy was a true miracle baby. However, up until this point, Midnight had been the couple's only baby. They'd given Midnight all of their love and attention, and the cat didn't have to share his affection with anyone. When it was time to leave the hospital, the couple was excited to take their baby home. Despite their excitement, they were a bit concerned about how Midnight would react to the new baby in his territory. Luckily, Midnight did not have a problem, and he took to Stacy very quickly. The couple didn't have a thing to worry about, as it was very clear that Midnight loved Stacy and immediately accepted her. In fact, Midnight even became a form of bodyguard for Stacy. He would spend his days and nights keeping watch over Stacy. Wherever the baby was, Midnight was there too. They even slept in the same room. Roy and Benita were thrilled that their 2 children got on so well. At around 6 weeks old, Stacy got sick. Based on her previous experiences with health, Benita was still very cautious and decided to take Stacy to the doctor right away. Her first priority was the baby's health. Benita's whole body relaxed with relief when the doctor told her not to worry. Stacy simply had a cold and it was completely normal for babies around her age. The doctor assured her that there was nothing to worry about. At least that's what they thought. Benita decided to invite her parents over for dinner. She was looking forward to spending time with her family and giving her parents a chance to build a loving relationship with her granddaughter. Since Stacy was still sick, she was put down to sleep in her crib earlier than normal. As per usual, Midnight followed close behind. As the responsible parent that she was, Benita turned on the baby monitor and left Stacy to sleep while she spent time with her parents. The conversation was flowing nicely with Benita, Roy, and her parents. Suddenly, there was a disturbing sound coming from the nursery. Immediately, everyone stopped talking and began to listen closely, trying to figure out what the noise could be. It seemed as though the strange sound was actually moaning coming from the baby monitor. Panic set in and Benita rushed to the nursery to find out what the haunting sound could be, and that is when she discovered something that she will never forget. As Benita rushed into the nursery, she saw Midnight howling into the baby monitor. This behavior was incredibly strange and Benita started to panic even more. She looked at Stacy lying quietly in the crib and was shocked. Stacy had begun to turn blue and was struggling to breathe. As Benita saw her daughter struggling, she felt instant fear and concern as she thought that she would lose her precious baby in the same way that she had lost 3 children before. The family kicked into survival mode and Roy, Benita, and her parents rushed Stacy to the closest hospital. When they got there, they heard the news that every parent dreads. Stacy had gone into full respiratory failure. Luckily, the doctors were able to save Stacy's life and she became the miracle baby a second time. Although the family felt complete relief, they couldn't help thinking the unthinkable. What if they hadn't gotten Stacy to the hospital? Miraculously, Stacy survived, but she very nearly didn't make it. The doctors told Benita that if the family had arrived at the hospital only a few minutes later, Stacy would not have survived and they would have lost their baby daughter. Roy and Benita believe that Midnight is a hero. If he had not started howling into the baby monitor, they would never have been able to hear their daughter struggling to breathe and she would have died. Benita will be forever grateful that Midnight went into their home that night looking for a place to live. Not only did the little cat fill a void in her life as they helped each other through a difficult time, but the cat was also her baby's guardian angel and saved Stacy's life. Roy believes that Midnight will always be Stacy's hero. He looked after her when she needed him the most, and for that, the family will be eternally grateful for their loyal cat.